arty people! Today I am back with another French knitting video using my knitting mill. And this time we're making Christmas decorations. Christmas crafts are my absolute favourite, so I'm going to have lots of fun with this one. If you've no idea how this thing works, make sure to check out my other two knitting mill videos, which will give you some more tips and tricks. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start off with a really simple one. So we're just going to make a candy cane. So we've got two pieces of French knitting, we've got a red and a white. And as I was making them, I put a pipe cleaner through each so they are already wired. And basically all I need to do is twist them together. Okay, I'm just going to sew these two ends together. So there we go. So I've sewed these two ends together and these two ends together. And I think because of the pipe cleaners, it stays twisted pretty well. So this is a really quick, simple one. You could hang these on the branches of your Christmas tree, or you could make a bunch of them and string them together to make a garland. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, next I am going to make a snowman bauble. So I have made quite a long length of white French knitting, and I am going to basically wrap it around a plastic bauble. So I have got my hot glue gun. So I'll just put some at the top to start it off. So then I just need to wrap it around, and I have chosen a glitter bauble rather than a smooth one. And what's great about this is that the glitter is kind of acting a bit like Velcro. So it's going to make it really easy for me to wrap it round, because I think with a smooth one, this bit might keep slipping and I'd have to use more and more glue. Whereas hopefully I won't have to use that much. So when you get to the bottom, you want to trim your French knitting to the size that you need it, and neatly tie off the end, and then just stick that last bit down. And I'm also just sending that loose bit of wool through. I just feel like I've got it, so it will just make everything be more attached, I guess. Okay, so there is our covered bauble. So using this technique for different colours, you've then got a base for all sorts of characters and different things. But like I said, we are going to make a snowman. So I'm going to do a snowman with earmuffs. So I have made some red French knitting, and I'm going to use those for the earmuffs. So I've got one piece that already has, I used a pipe cleaner for this one. So it's going to go over the top like this, and then I have the other bits which will curl round to make the earmuff bits. So I'm going to go away and add those. So the earmuffs are attached. So with these I started on the outside, used some hot glue, wound it round to the middle, more hot glue, and then threaded the excess wool round to make sure it's really on there. Tried to get them as identical as I could. Now to add some facial features. So there we go, he's got his little cute face, so I just made all these bits out of felt and then some wool for his mouth. So like I said, you can do all sorts of things with these. So the snowmen themselves, you could do with the earmuffs, with a hat and a scarf, all sorts of different styles, and then you can make different characters as well. Okay, so for this next one, I am using beads, and I'll be honest, I did want more Christmassy colours, but these were the only ones from my great big box of beads that would fit the criteria that I wanted, which was big enough to fit through this needle so that I could get them onto the wool, but small enough to fit through the hole in the knitting mill. So I've thread them all on, and then as I use the knitting mill, I will be adding one as I go. So let's see how that turns out. Okay, so these actually got really stuck, so I haven't been able to do as many as I wanted. Oh, this was a bad idea. Okay, so this is what I was going for. So some of these are just completely like inside, so I wonder if I can pop them out. That's all right. Pop them out. Okay, actually that did work okay. They just got a little bit twisted, but... So the idea with this is that I'm going to make like a little Christmas wreath. So I just need to put some wire through it, and it's going to go like this. And then have a nice matching ribbon. So yeah, like I said, I did want more Christmassy colours. But I don't have that many beads that are all the same kind. So this is what we've got, a nice little pink and purple girly wreath. That's fine. So I'm going to put some wire through, make it into a nice circle. Okay, so I made another one. This one came out a lot neater. I also did them closer together. So it looks like this. And I'm thinking I could use the two together to make the wreath a bit thicker. So let's see what I can put together. Okay, so this is looking better. So I made a circle with the new shorter one with wire in, and then I used the longer one to wind it round and attach it all. And it looks a bit fuller now, a bit busier with all the different beads. So now I'm going to make a bow to go at the top. Here it is with the bow. I think it finishes it off nicely. And then I've also got some leftover wool to hang it from. So now I'm going to make a Rudolph decoration. So I have this kind of light brown, and I'm going to make it into a circle for the head. So I'll just put some wire in and then, yeah, make it into a circle. Okay, so I've got my circle. Guys, I still don't know how to like neatly join the French knitting together, but that'll do. I'm sure I'll cover it with something. So next I need to do the antlers, and for that I've got these little pieces of French knitting, and I already have wire in them. So I've got two long ones which are going to go like this, and then I've got the smaller ones to go like this. Now you could do it all in one long piece, so like bend the wire up and then round it and then round it, but I just thought that that would get to be a bit too bulky, so I'm going to do it this way, and I'm just going to sew these in place. So I've sewn on the antlers, and then I added some more little bits of French knitting for the ears. And then the last thing I'm going to add is this red pom-pom that I just made. It is a bit enormous, but I think it's cute. There we go. So I could add a hanging ribbon here, so then it could be a tree decoration or just a decoration around the house. A nice simple design, but I think it's pretty cute. For the next decoration, I'm going to make an angel. So I've got some white French knitting, which I am going to thread wire through and then wrap around a cone to make the body. So I've got the wire in the French knitting now, and I've got this polystyrene cone, which I'm going to use to wrap around to get the right shape. For the head, I'm going to use this bead, so I'm just going to go and paint that. Okay, for the wings, I am thinking of using this kind of goldy colour. I could have done white, but I kind of wanted it to contrast a bit. And I'm gonna put lights in it. Now, I did do this before in one of my previous French knitting videos. And the way I did it then was to put the string of lights in as I was making the French knitting. But it does kind of twist up the French knitting a lot and it's not as neat as I would like. So this time I'm going to try putting the lights into existing French knitting. So these are the string of lights I've got. They're like super small LEDs and they have this battery pack. I just got them in a pack of like 4 from Amazon. So they look like this. So yeah, the first thing to do is to try and see if I can get this all the way in here. Because the problem I often have when putting wire down the French knitting is that it often gets caught and comes out the side. So I've taken to curving the end of wire, so I wonder if that will work with the lights. I just curve it that way. See if that's smooth enough to go all the way down. Popped up there, but it might keep going. Okay, that might work. Okay, got it all through. That did take a little while. Kind of kept snagging, had to go back and... Anyway, that's done. So that will look like this. Lovely, lovely. So now I just need to figure out what shape I want the wings to be and then fold this up into that shape. Okay, I think this is the shape I'm going to go with. I need to hold onto it because it keeps wanting to like boing out of place. So if you can see there, and then the body will kind of go like this. So what I'm going to try and do, keeping it in the shape, is just sew around to try and connect all the curved bits together, just using more of the wool. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so that's all joined together. I'm not sure it's exactly symmetrical and could probably do with a bit more tweaking, but that will do for now. So to attach it, I think it's just a case of sewing it on. I'm going to put the battery pack through the spiral. So if that's going about there, then I'll pop that through that one. And then that will just be tucked in there. Okay, so I will attach the wings. Okay, so I have finished the head for the angel. So I painted the bead with acrylic paint and then I added some hair, which is just scraps of wool, and then I pulled apart the bits at the end. And then we have the classic tinsel pipe cleaner halo. So that's ready to stick on the body. Okay, so I'm going to use my glue gun to stick it on. Oh, well, that's quite sweet. Yeah, I'm happy with how that turned out. Right, let's go see how it looks. So much Christmas cuteness! Hopefully that gave you some ideas of things you can make this Christmas with French knitting. Let me know in the comments what decoration was your favourite, and thanks for watching. Bye!